How to scale a growing business. Scaling a business isn't about speed. It's about clarity, control, and consistency. Most businesses don't always fail because they stop growing. They struggle because growth shows up before the business is ready to support it. In fact, Business Insider reports that nearly 70% of fast-growing companies fail to scale successfully, not due to lack of demand, but because systems, leadership, and infrastructure can't keep up. So what actually needs to be in place before you scale? First, a clear vision. One exercise I love running business owners through is their exit scenario. Pretend you're being acquired. When you step into the shoes of an investor who doesn't see the business the way you do, clarity and life comes at you fast. The focus shifts to net profitability, key man risk, annuitized revenue, and so much more, instead of just having one great month and you thinking as the business owner, the illusion of everything is solved. That clarity allows leaders to map real goals and then tie those goals to habits and behaviors that actually move the business forward and scale. Businesses that scale well know exactly where they're going and why. That vision gets translated into measurable outcomes, not vanity metrics, but real indicators of business health. Things like qualified leads, conversion rates, retention, profitability. According to Harvard Business Review, companies that use clearly defined KPIs tied directly to strategy are 3 times more likely to achieve long-term growth. We don't care about short-term, fast, not. We care about sustainable and scalable growth. You see, that vision creates alignment, and that alignment creates growth. Second, clean, centralized data. As volume increases in your business, sometimes memory fails, spreadsheets break, even your gut instincts as a business owner or leader tend to get fuzzy. That's where clean data matters. Centralized systems remove emotion from decision making. They show what's actually happening, not what you feel like is happening. We love tools like HubSpot and call tracking metrics to create a single source of truth across marketing, sales, and customer experience channels. High-performing teams rely on these systems because perception can be biased. Data is not. One of the most common breakdowns we see is misalignment between sales and marketing. Sales says the leads are bad, the marketing team says the sales teams can't close, and it's a constant back and forth, and it turns into job protection instead of problem solving, all while the business stalls and starts losing revenue. Clean, centralized data cuts through all of that noise. It forces alignment around reality, not opinions. Everyone works from the same scoreboard and will continue to work together month over month, year over year. Data needs to flow from the very first moment someone who's never heard of your business engages with you, to the sales conversations, to the service experience that fulfills what was promised all along. If that flow isn't happening, scale will always feel harder than it should. Third, a customer acquisition process. Most businesses want to just add fuel to the fire. Very few want to build the engine and understand it. A customer acquisition process isn't about chasing spikes or running one-off campaigns. It's about creating a repeatable path that turns attention into conversations, conversations into customers, and customers into long-term value. Inbound strategies that focus on things like content marketing, SEO, and more long-term tactics compound over time. In fact, HubSpot reports that inbound marketing generates 67% more leads and costs 61% less than outbound over the long run. That efficiency is what allows businesses to scale without the costs rising at the same pace as revenue. Now, that doesn't mean outbound and outreach don't matter. They absolutely do. But most companies aren't patient enough to let the inbound process mature. They invest briefly, expect immediate returns, and pivot way too early. But when you combine a clear vision with clean data, you gain visibility into how customers are actually finding you, why they convert, and where your best customers are coming from. That insight allows you to refine the process, strengthen the right channels, and stop wasting money on the wrong ones. You see, scaling isn't about doing more. It's about finding the right triggers in the business and building processes to track, replicate, and improve them. In conclusion, at the end of the day, scaling isn't just about growth for growth's sake. A clear vision keeps you focused when other opportunities pull you in every direction. Clean, centralized data keeps decisions grounded in the truth instead of emotion. And a real customer acquisition process gives you predictability instead of panic. When those three elements work together, growth stops feeling fragile, and you stop reacting to the business and you start leading it.